Wai Hong. I'm heading the Community Financial Services in the Maybank Singapore. That portfolio encompasses branch, retail banking, SME, as well as commercial banking. So Maybank has been in Singapore for the past 55 years, so we've been around quite a long time in terms of the community that we serve. Right now with Community Financial Services, we've always believed that the branch is the center of the community. Essentially, the branch is supposed to handle all segments of customers, and whether it's from the corporate banking, commercial, as well as the retail banking customers as well. So far we've enjoyed very good support from the local community in Singapore. We've seen very good growth in the past 55 years, and more so even recently in the last 2-3 years. We've seen significant growth in the deposit as well as the loan market share as compared to the market as well. So we're quite happy with what we've achieved so far, and more so thankful to the support from the community that we see so far. So in the last 10 years, we've noticed a few things happening. Firstly, the consumers are getting more savvy. They know what they want, they like choices, and they do a lot of research before deciding on a particular option. Second, the rise of internet as well as mobile banking and across the broadband, internet broadband, that has changed very much how banks need to respond to their needs. Again, better, faster, and more responsive to their needs is where we need to look when we position our solutions to the customers right now. Yeah. And that has put a fair bit of competition and creativity and a new innovation that we need to look at in terms of delivering the value to the customers. Firstly, in terms of core beliefs and proposition, we've always believed in humanizing financial services. That's within our vision as well as where the bank's mission is leading us to. Right, that's the first thing. Second, because of this, we've always believed in two values that we bring to the market, to the customer: speed and relationship. Speed being the most responsive bank, or rather responsive in addressing the customer's need. Second, the relationship, recognizing that the customer is not just a single product, nor two products, but looking across the banking relationship with the customers and delivering what we feel is best for the customers and meeting the customers' expectations. We've been around for 55 years, so we've always believed ourselves to be long-term players, right? And obviously, Singapore is a very important market, especially in the heart of the ASEAN community as well, right? Shorter term, we are looking at SME growth as well as commercial banking growth in CFS. Of course, we're also looking to how we better bring certain propositions to the wealth management segment as well as the younger demographic segments. So you do notice some of the propositions we've launched in the last 6 months to a year surrounds these segments. With customer requirements and their needs evolves very quickly, right? And as mentioned earlier, they are quite savvy. So an ability to respond to the customer needs in a way that meets the requirement is actually it's actually an area that we need to focus on, right? And not only we need to know what they want, but how do we bring it to them quickly? As you do know, most banking systems and banking policies and infrastructures take time to build, right? So how do we have how are we able to bring solutions to the customer in a quick manner, as well as addressing their needs is where the main challenge is around. With Suntec, our partnership began about a little more than a year ago. So we like the solution so far because it gives us a certain agility and nimbleness in crafting propositions for the customers, right? So we looked at a few segments, as mentioned earlier. One was the younger children segment. It's basically our young family bundle that we've launched with Suntec. So with the solution, we were able to go to the market in only less than 2 months, right? As previously, we probably took almost a year in terms of building some of the system capabilities required. So that gives us a competitive edge in terms of bringing new capabilities to the market. The second area that we've looked in, together with Suntec as well, was our Premier Wealth Total Relationship Bundle. Again, earlier I've mentioned about speed and relationship. So Youngstar was very much about speed, bringing a solution to the market in less than 2 months, whilst the Premier Wealth Total Relationship Bundle focuses on recognizing the customer having many accounts with us within the bank, and how do we reward the customer in giving back the value to the relationship as well. So with Suntec, we're able to do both in a relatively short period of time, and I'm not mistaken, within about 6 months, we're able to deliver both bundles to the market. So that has given us an edge that we previously probably have taken a lot longer time in terms of addressing some of the capabilities. Speed, again, for speed, it's a standpoint from enabling us to work around our existing core systems, right? Putting a layer of capability on top of that and bringing solutions faster to the market. So that's where the main value is. An ability to look across different accounts the customer have with us, and then craft a single proposition that adds value to the customer relationship. So it's really about speed and getting to the requirements as well. With Family Plus, we've launched in Singapore last year. Malaysia is in the midst of implementation, so they haven't really launched just yet. So with that, since the launch last year, we've seen growth in terms of the deposit balances for this young star segment, basically children's segment, that took us 6 months to grow something that we've normally taken 2 years to grow. So that's about 4 times faster than what we've normally grew. Not only that we've grew the children's segment, we also grew the parent segment. Because if you look at how Youngstar works, it's basically a relationship with the parents as well as children, right? We're basically saying that we'll give better yields to the children's account, right, if the parents bank with us, whether through credit card as well as savings. So as mentioned, the focus on this has been quite intense in the last 1.5 years. That has shown significant growth, like a few multiples of what we used to see before. Suntec brings with us a global capability. They're in many countries. I think they have proven implementation elsewhere, and would like to tap on Suntec capability and build what we have in Maybank right now, starting with a few bundles that we have, propositions that we have, and bring it to the other geographies that we are in. Namely, Maybank is very strong in ASEAN. Okay, we're in all the 10 countries within the ASEAN footprint. Some of these capabilities appeal to the same segments within the market, whether it's the family segment or the wealth segment. So with Suntec, we want to be able to build best practice capabilities and roll it out across the market that we serve in a way that brings them up the capability curve and be very competitive in those markets as well.